Hello! Welcome to the Badgertank.
How's it going?
This video is the second video in our overview series on the classes in Tribes Ascend. Now last time we brought you a look at the Pathfinder class, one of the light classes in the game. Today though we're going looking at one of the heavy classes, the Juggernaut. There he is, look at him, he's beautiful.
He's a big fat bastard, so he is.
Right, so the Juggernaut is a heavy class, he's very slow, has a lot of health, and he's got some serious weaponry. His first primary weapon, his default weapon, is a fusion mortar. Now the fusion mortar is a weapon used for artillery bombing, as in it fires like a mortar does in real life. You can use it from a great distance, you can snipe flag carriers, you can clear enemy bases of their flag positions, of their defenders.
It's for noobs.
It's an awesome weapon. You leave the mortar alone, man. You leave it alone. The mortar can also be used though up close. It can bounce off walls in close range to you and can be shot along the ground in order to take guys out nearby. The second weapon that the Juggernaut gets, and this one you have to buy, is the Merv launcher. Now the Merv launcher works very similarly to the fusion mortar. However, it's got one very key difference. It splits up in mid-air into a lot of smaller explosives. Now, what this means basically is you can hit over a wider area, but you're not going to be doing as much damage. You can take out people still with it if you're good enough, but it's better for taking out lots of small base defenses like turrets and mines that are around the flag.
Yeah, it does an awful lot of damage if they all hit in close range.
Yeah, definitely. The default secondary weapon for the Juggernaut is the Spin Fuser MKD, this lovely green spin fuser.
It's like a green lightsaber out of Star Wars.
Now the Spin Fuser, it acts just like the other Spin Fusers in the game. The Soldier Spin Fuser is pretty much the same thing. However, it does less damage, but you've got the mortar, so it makes up for it. An important point to point out as well is that the Spin Fuser is not just a weapon, but very useful for disc jumping, which for a heavy is incredibly important. It gives you serious mobility in the battlefield. The second secondary weapon the Juggernaut gets, and this one requires unlocking, is the X1 LMG. Now this is an assault weapon. It's very much like the Pathfinder's light assault rifle or the Soldier's assault rifle. It's got a huge clip in it. It's got 80 shots per clip, so that's quite a lot. And it can rip through light armor classes in seconds. It's the only better weapon than this for assault weapons is the Doombringer's chain gun. This brings us to belt items. Now the first of the Juggernaut's belt items is the heavy AP grenade, heavy anti-personnel grenade. Now this is the most powerful grenade in the game, like single most powerful grenade against other players. It deals 1500 damage in a decent enough area, and it can just completely obliterate light and medium classes.
It's deadly.
The second belt item that the Jug gets that you need to unlock is the disc grenade. Now this is just basically a spin fuser shot.
Yeah.
But they're amazing. I love them. It's like having two spin fuser shots at once.
Yeah.
Now as for the pack, the Juggernaut comes with a health regen pack, which lowers the amount of time it takes you to regen when you're out of combat.
Like he needs it.
Well, it's good, it's passive and you don't need to activate it. And this combines very nicely with the Juggernaut's armor. As you can see here, pause the video if you need to, a lot of his upgrades are like 100 health, minus 25% regeneration delay, etc. Fairly standard, but the plus 100 health he gets twice, and that's a lot of health. Now, perks. For a primary perk, Juggernaut actually has quite a lot of options compared to a few other classes. Like Ultra Capacitor, one of the default perks, is always useful. More energy, you're a heavy class, very useful. Bounty Hunter can be very good because you should be doing a lot of base attack, should be a lot of kills, and you can get orbital strikes a lot quicker. Safety Third is also very good for, extra grenades, belt items. In regards to secondary perks, there are quite a few here as well that you can use. Potential Energy is one of my personal favorites. Survivalist is very good if you're doing constant base attack. Super Heavy if you're defending, and Ultra Capacitor 2, Quick Draw, all very useful. So, that was the Juggernaut's war gear and weapons. Now, your role as a Juggernaut in Tribes is as an offensive heavy class. You've got two explosive weapons, or a really good assault weapon, depending on your playstyle,
Yeah.
at your disposal, as well as like the heaviest grenade in the game and disc grenades, which I just love them. They're brilliant. They're amazing. There's nothing better than disc grenades. They're brilliant.
They look pretty cool, alright.
Well, it's just basically a second spin fuser attack.
It's awful handy when you're trying to reload or something.
Oh, definitely, definitely. But as a Jug, you've got a lot of health. You've got your explosive arsenal. You're perfect for locking down a base, acting as a stormtrooper by getting in, destroying some base defenses, getting back out again. You know, bombarding from afar, clearing the flag of defenses like light turrets, mortars, or mines, should I say.
You wouldn't really play defense at all, would you?
You don't really know. Like, you can. And I'm not saying people shouldn't. Like, it's better if people play defense sometimes, because some people just don't know how to attack. But I don't know. I wouldn't go Jug for defense. I'd go Doombringer. Jug is just all-out powerhouse to me.
Yeah. Especially since you can bomb all the base and everything.
But even if you get close, you can do interesting things. Like, see right here.
This is lovely.
Bam. Like, he's got really interesting mechanics with his guns. The Merv and the Mortar, they both, with their bouncing and their, you know, being able to shoot them just ahead of you, like that's a very lethal weapon. You can completely lock down people in different areas. Like, you get into a generator room, you can completely lock that whole room down.
Close quarters is crazy.
Oh, close quarters is insane, especially because you can bounce mortars around walls. Combine that then with the spin fuser and disc grenades in an enclosed space. That's just, all that explosive firepower is nuts. The LMG is quite good outside, I find. I was never a fan of the LMG. I'm not a huge fan of automatic weapons.
I don't really like any of the automatic weapons either.
I prefer the explosive weapons in this, but sometimes they have their uses. Missiles particularly.
Yeah, there's nothing better than a good old spin fuser. For me anyway.
Anyway, thanks for watching our video. Please like and subscribe if you found it informative or useful. And we'll be back with more again. Thanks for watching.
See you later!